Okay, here we go. Let's do a roundup, a retardation roundup, where we're going to check in on some of our old friends, characters on the internet, public personalities. They're all Muslim. Well, no, they're not. They're Muslim adjacent, and they're none of them are Muslim actually, but they come from Muslim families, except for Anna Kasparian, who is Armenian, who I guess that's a Christian background, and oddly she works for a show that's called The Young Turks, which is the name of the group that did the Armenian genocide. And Armenian genocide is something we're about to talk about. So we're going to check in with the Fat Brown Buffalo, Genk Uyghur, check in with his nephew, Hassan Piker, and then let's check in with Anna Kasparian, who is on a, good lord, how would I describe it? A Jew-hating frenzy tour de force, rabbit hole. She is speed running anti-Semitism like I've never seen before, and she's hidden all the tropes, and no one cares anymore. So the watermark is so high for Jew hatred, it is surreal. Honestly, it's just insane. And I know that the edgy thing out there is to, mock Jews or be against them or hate on them or blame them for everything. It's just like this ancient brand of stupid shit that is detestable. So all jokes aside, all edginess aside, it is grotesque what we're witnessing, and it's not even new. And so this brand of scapegoating and hatred is just boring and predictable, and it's a waste of time. But let's start with Genk Uyghur, who went on a show with Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne the Midget. And they're talking about a bunch of stuff. He's shitting on Israel, obviously getting his talking points off. But at one point, he stumbled onto just one of the most wild hypocrisies of all time. And I'll play it for you now.
Yeah. So, for example, Hamas goes and does October 7th. That's so easy to denounce.
It's easy to denounce for you for 1 second before you get back to, Israel's worse. And they're worse because they're winning the war that Hamas started on October 7th. And so that makes them worse than the terrorists. So you run cover for them and you don't acknowledge what they did and you don't understand why they need to be eliminated. So your denouncement is pathetic and paper thin.
Absolutely.
Right? And I don't want to be associated with October 7th. That was terrible. They did barbaric things. Yeah. I don't want people thinking that that's what Muslims do.
And yet it is what Muslims do. And it's not just Hamas on October 7th. They've done it for years, Hamas. Hezbollah does the same thing. The Houthis the same thing. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the list goes on and on. So Muslims do this, and that's why you've been an Islamic apologist for years and years, an apologist of terrorism. So you minimize that because it's a PR battle for you. You don't want people to think that Muslims do this, or not all Muslims is one of your favorite arguments, as if that is what anyone is saying.
So I want to denounce it.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You wanted to denounce bad things. You're a great guy. Holy shit, you denounced a group of terrorists going in and murdering innocent people? And raping a bunch of them and killing men, women, and children? And then taking hostages and torturing them, and wow, you're anti-terrorism? That's huge, Genk. I mean, you're kind of a great guy.
Yep.
And if Turkey was doing a genocide or America's doing a genocide, I would denounce it, right?
Okay, that's a pause. That's a pause and a half. Woo, that hit me like a fucking shockwave. Do you remember those old commercials for, I think it was Dolby Stereos? And it's a guy sitting in a chair and the sound hits him and he's just getting blasted in the back of his chair. If Turkey were to commit a genocide, I'd denounce it. Wonder what I could say about that. And then did you notice that he caught himself saying if Turkey were to do a genocide? He said, he changed it to America. If America were to do a genocide, I'd denounce it. Okay, America is not and does not do genocides, but it's interesting you tried to get off the Turkey doing a genocide. You said if Turkey were to do a genocide, you'd denounce it? Say that again?
Yep.
And if Turkey was doing a genocide or America's doing a genocide, I would denounce it, right?
It's interesting, Genk. I'm gonna just throw this out there. I'm not sure what percentage of this audience knows this. Genk is an Armenian genocide denier, famously, infamously, and publicly. So he, for 50 years of his life, did not acknowledge nor denounce the Armenian genocide in which 1.5 million Armenians were murdered. So you wouldn't denounce a genocide, Genk, if Armenia did it. They did do it, you didn't denounce it. In fact, you went to bat on the other side saying it wasn't a genocide. He wrote two articles, thought pieces that he published to, I believe, his college newspaper and another publication where he, on record, signing his name to it, was trying to explain and argue for the fact that it wasn't a genocide. So he was to his great never-ending shame, he is a Holocaust denier when it comes to the Armenian genocide. And now he's out here virtue signaling like a fucking buffoon, saying if Turkey, if Turkey did a genocide, I would denounce it. When he, I mean, like, okay, so the question is, does he think we're stupid? Does he think we don't know that he's a denier of the Armenian genocide? That his character arc, where he begrudgingly, after decades of this information being out there, he finally says, okay, it's a genocide. His name of his company is the Young Turks. That's the name of the group that did the fucking genocide. He's never changed it. It's been requested that he change his name. He doesn't want to because he stands behind it and he's like, well, in my heart and soul, I'm still a fucking denier of the genocide. I mean, you're called the Young Turks. That's the fucking group. Go look it up. So it's absolutely incredible that he would come out here and try that fucking retarded virtue signal. Insane. And even Andrew Schultz brings it up. Listen to this.
Right. And in fact, I already lived it because we did Iraq. We killed hundreds of thousands of people. And what did I do from day one, before day one?
Yeah. We didn't kill those hundreds of thousands. And by the way, no one called that a genocide. So if 200,000 civilians died in the Iraq conflict, not once has it been called a genocide. Whereas in the pretendicide in Gaza, you're talking about 30,000, give or take, civilians killed in an urban guerrilla warfare that is made to be that way because of Hamas and their war crime and their bitch-ass nature of hiding among their civilians. So if you're gonna launch a war of aggression and terror upon your neighbor from a fucking city with civilians, and that's where you're launching your attacks from, you're gonna get your shit pushed in right then and there. That's the spot. So all the flyers and the text messages and guys, leave now. You elected a fucking terrorist group. You elected them, okay? And now this is the shit we have to deal with. We have an existential threat from the terrorists you elected. So you're going to start a war. Well, this is the outcome of that war. So the idea that you'd blame Israel for a single civilian being killed in this conflict is morally obtuse and backward and stupid. It's not defensible. It's a fucking laughable proposition.
We were the one of only two national shows, Young Turks been on forever, right? Yeah. Saying, don't go in, don't go in. Admiral Akbar, it's a trap, all right?
It took you guys a little bit to acknowledge Armenia.
Yes, including me, I agree.
Yeah, it took a little bit. You know,
that's what happens.
I'm just saying, maybe you got to give them a few years.
No, but Andrew's right.
And then they'll be able to acknowledge it. Yeah.
So there's a sheepish grin on his face, acknowledging, oh, fuck, this guy is in the know. He knows I'm an Armenian Holocaust denier.
Don't go in, don't go in. Admiral Akbar, it's a trap, all right?
It took you guys a little bit to acknowledge Armenia.
Yes, including me, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe tap the brakes on your retarded attempt to say, I'm the good guy, we're the good people. He is as wrong about the Armenian genocide. He was for 50 years, completely wrong about that. And he's totally wrong about the pretendicide. So he's come full circle. He was denying one genocide, which was actually a genocide, and he's he's pretending about the pretendicide. In both cases, he is wrong about genocide for personal gain. So it's always a flex about me. And if it's my side doing the genocide, then it wasn't a genocide. If it's my side loosely Muslims are being, quote, pretendicided, then it's a genocide. So I'm willing to lie about genocide. That's the answer to the story of Genk Uyghur. Now let's switch over to his sister shat out a kid named Hassan Piker. And this dude posted a tweet the other day, which was, worthy of acknowledgement and bewilderment. Here it is. This smart guy just came in and said this, and he...
To witness the rest of this video, sign up at censored.tv. Be sure to use the coupon code RUE to get 20% off. Or you can head over to subscribestar.com/atheism and join up to receive every full-length new video Devon makes. It barely costs anything to sign up. You know he deserves your support, and you deserve to be entertained by every new video AIU creates. So become a flying monkey and let's go.